welcome to Business and Legal Structure. My name is Precious Toju. On this episode, I'll be giving tips on how to escape business loan liability. It's not out of place to obtain business loan to either start or boost a business. What is out of place or what is not common is the payment of this loan. It's very easy for people to obtain business loan, but it's not that easy to pay up this debt. Now, usually I don't advise my clients or anybody to obtain loans to start a business, and that's simple because you have not done that business. You just want to start. You don't have an idea of what the business looks like. You don't have an idea of what the marketplace is like, your competitors and all that. It is also until when you have started the business before you know the pros and cons of the business. So I usually don't advise people to obtain loans to start up a business. But let's assume you want to obtain these loans, or you have obtained them, or to either start or boost your business, expand your business from one level to the other. The bottom line is, how do you escape liability? How do you avoid authorities from coming after you, your creditors from suing you, using the pleas against you, whatever means that the person wants to use to obtain his or her money? How do you escape business loan liability? The first route of escape is debt factoring. Debt factoring is not a very common concept here in Nigeria. However, it doesn't mean that it's not being practiced. For example, First Bank PLC, IBTC Standard Bank has once gone into debt factoring, though on a minimal level, but it is debt factoring. So debt factoring simply means that company A takes money from company B, but company B has the right to factor those loans. In other words, company A cannot pay back, but he has supplied to a third party who have not been able to pay, and these supplies are traceable to certain people, certain companies. So company B, who is a creditor, steps into the shoes of company A, collects this monies from the third partner and take its own part of it. That's what company A is owing, and then remit, that is if there's anything to be remitted to company A, what is remaining. So debt factoring is one of the routes of escape of business loan liability. The second is debt protection, and this simply has to do with securing your collateral. In most debt agreements, or when you want to obtain the loan, microfinance, commercial bank, whatever company that it is that you've gone, most of the time you are asked to you're asked to drop a collateral. Some people get to mortgage their properties, some people get to mortgage their homes, whatever it is. But the whole essence of debt protection is that you secure the collateral, and this simply means that even upon your debt, upon your inability to pay, upon your inability to earn money, the end of the business, your business is being terminated, or you've run out of business, your business is not ongoing, your creditor cannot take over those property. Okay, they cannot take over those property because the company that you have secured it with will now have the responsibility to pay off those debts, either in part or in whole. So it's just like an insurance policy where you secure, oh yes, I am giving you my property, but yet I have secured it with company C. So if I cannot pay this debt, company C comes in to pay you, and it's a beautiful way to actually escape business loan liability, so that you won't have to pay personally. Then the last one is debt swapping, where you exchange your debt, you exchange your debts with something that you already have. Let's say you have some shares, some equities of the venture with the company. So you say, oh, okay, so I'm owing this company, please come take over the debt in exchange of my shares, my equity, my debenture that I have with your company. Or let's even assume you have with the creditor, the crediting company. You could also exchange. So you swap let's say what you have with what you have, but it's a problem that you have a debt that is hanging on your neck. Then you have some security somewhere, so you swap. You tell them to take those securities, could be shares, could be equity, could be the venture, in exchange for the debt that you are owing the company. So you don't want people to come after you for the debt that you have loan that you obtained. You don't want securities to come after you, authorities come after you. You don't want to be sued to the courts. You don't want to, you don't want your name to be on the newspapers that you're in this kind of company, or you've gone bankrupt, or you're in an insolvent company, whatever it is. Just ensure that when you are trying to obtain a loan, you include either debt factoring, debt swapping, debt protection into your debt agreement, so to avoid business loan liability. These are the three most fastest very common ways to escape business loan liability. I hope this helped. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. Remember to stay safe. Bye.